Job or business? Everyone got an opinion, but here's what no one tells you. This isn't one of those videos where I say you to quit the job and start a business, or the opposite. This video is going to be like this. So I'm going to share the pros and cons of job, the pros and cons of businesses, and how you can choose, and is it compulsory to do one thing, and if you are doing both, how you can manage, and what are the negativities and the positives of doing both at once, and how you can manage and get succeeded. So that's what I'm going to share, and I'm going to share the real experiences, no theoretical answers. So watch until the end. Let's get into it. So first thing, pros and cons of a job. Yes. Okay, if we take the pros, I think first thing that comes to our mind is stable income. Yes. So if you got a job, you will have a clear idea about the month, financial requirements, plan and everything. You will have a clear idea. Yes. And also you can easily plan the month. Okay, I will get this salary on this day, so I can spend this much on this much on this. So you can easily plan, and you can you can be free, and of course it's up to your salary also, but again, if you have a good salary, you can easily manage, right? And number two is less risk. Yes, comparing to businesses, jobs are always less risk. If you are in a good company, if you are in a good place, of course you have less risk of losing the job until you perform well. Okay. And number three is you will have a clear path in your life. Yes, because if you join as an intern, or if you join as an executive, you will have a path to move forward. You will see the people who you want to be, like the manager, CEO, or the chairman, or anyone. It's like when you see them, you will have a path. Okay, from them you can learn and get yourself aligned to the industry and the career. Okay. And number four is work-life balance. Yes. Compared to business life, job life has a perfect work-life balance. Yes, because when you go to job, if you perform 100% 9 to 5, you don't need to work after 5, right? If you perform 100%, and again on the weekends you will have a holiday, and it's like you will have a balance between your work and the life. Okay. Now cons. Number one cons: limited control over everything. Yes, even if you are a manager, you will have like a certain amount of control only. You can't have the full control of the business or the reality, right? For example, if the company is going to shut down, you are executive, you can't do nothing, right? Example. And number two is growth can be very slow, because recent days jobs competition is very much faster. So it's like all the new generation and the upcoming generations are coming into the industry. So even if you have a degree, they ask for experience, skills and everything. So growth is a bit slow, and also salary increments also will be slow, right? According to the current industrial updates and stuff. And number three is creativity will be restricted. Yeah, if you're under a management, minimum if you have top 3 people above you, your creativity will be restricted, because company has their own rules, company has their own image and stuff. You can't of course you can go up to some level, but you can't exceed it. That's what I'm meaning here. Okay, it's not that 100% your creativity will be restricted. It's like 20%, 10%. Yeah. Okay, now let's see the pros and cons of starting businesses. Let's go with the pros. Okay, if you start a business, you will have a freedom to take decisions. That's the first thing. Plus, you will have a satisfaction of doing things. When you sell something, when you sell a service or product to the customer, you will have a clear an idea, and also a perfect satisfaction, right? That you don't get in the job most of the time, because you do hard work, but even there's a successful result, you don't feel it much as the owner feels. Okay, that's what I'm meaning here. And number two is you will have an unlimited income potential. Yes, there's no restriction. There's if for example you are starting an business that somebody says you can only make 50,000 this month, but you're pushing it to like 1 lakh on this month, and you can even push it to the 5 lakh, you can even push it to 1 million. So it's all about how much effort you put, how much time you put to the business, and it's all about the strategy as well. So it's like this, in the business there's no restrictions to make money. So if it's a good scalable business, every day, every single day you can keep scaling your business and earning more money every single day. And the next thing is, you can build something that exists after even your death, right? Because don't think your business as something always you need to run and always you have to be there. No, I would say that's not a successful brand or business. If your brand is existing even after you left the brand, that's the real success of your brand, right? And you have to consider your brand and business as a separate personality. Example, Apple. Even on the days Steve Jobs left the brand, still even he is not here at the moment, but the brand is on the top, right? That's because he didn't focus, like he didn't want to keep the brand with him itself and owning everything. No, he just divided the work into the right people. And it's like this, it's like a child, right? You can't interfere to the child's decisions. The child should live its life, its own life, right? Likewise, the brand should tell its own story to the world. The brand should be itself to this world, right? Then only, even after your death, the brand will be existing. So that's one of the best thing in the business. Even if you are not there, business will keep going if you properly set up everything, right? Okay, now let's see the cons. First thing, unstable, like financially unstable. When you are starting up a business, startup, you can't say you will get the same amount that you making this month on the next month itself. So financially you are unstable, right? But when you come to a certain point, will be little stable. But again, if it's your business, if you are into the thing, you will know the real struggle. Financially, every time we will be unstable. We have to face to different financial struggles every single day. Okay, and starting a business is like very, very high risk and responsibility. Yes, you have to own it as well. You can't, if you are taking it as a burden, please don't start a business. Okay, don't, like, if you are a person like who is complaining about it, no, you have to own the truth, and you have to take the risk and the responsibility, because it's your business. If it should come to a good level, you have to be there, you have to take the risk. Okay, and number 3 is stress. Business life is so much stressed comparing to the work life. You know why? Work life in the sense, job life. You know why? It's because I would say you can't limit the working hours, you can't limit the efforts you're putting into the business like how you do in the job. You can't be like, okay, I work only 9 to 5. After that, if a customer comes, I don't even going to reply, I'm not even going to take the phone. No. If you're starting a business, you should be ready to work 24/7. Okay, weekdays, weekends, every day you have to work. So it's stressful, but when you see the wins and success, it's good. So again, it's a cons, but with a like in the consistent level, in the long term, it's a good thing, right? And now finally, in the business, you will feel lonely most of the time. If you're a business owner, you will feel it. You may have so many people in your life, but in the business, at some point, at the very hardest point only, you realize you are the only one for yourself to make the decision to get this problem done, to overcome the struggle, to get your business financially stable and yourself financially stable. So you are the only one for you for every time. So you have to be ready for that as well. I mean, mentally you have to be ready for that. Okay. Now these are the pros and cons on the jobs and businesses. Now let's see how you can choose one. Okay, this is a very big question, I would say, because without trying both of these things, don't come to a decision. That's my first answer for that. Because until you try, you never know what's your capability. So do the both thing. Start a job, start a business, do both. That's fine. But again, if you want a stress-free, very stable income, no risk, no responsibility, just like money coming, living your life, then go for a job. But if you are ready for risk, problem, tackle the problems every single day, and build a team, build a brand, and available 24/7. If you are ready for that, go for it. Go for a business. Go for your own startup idea. And again, after seeing all these social media posts and the celebrity wins and everyone starting a business, and don't start a business just because you're seeing all of them. Not in all the case, but again, do not just start just because you see them. Okay, first, every business, every brand is like a solution for a problem. So you have to figure out your own problem and solve it, right? So do not start a business. Some people I've seen in the thing, they just start a clothing brand just for no reason. They say, I want to be another Nike, I want to be another Adidas. Don't try to, I would say, do not try to be like them. And that's I would say it's a little bit time waste in your career, in your startup life, because this I realized, when you try to duplicate something, of course you will learn a lot of things. I don't say there's no learnings, you will learn a lot of things, but again, why not you put that time into building something new? There also you're going to learn, right? So it's up to your dream and goals. So I'm just leaving it to you. You choose the right one, but anything, do not start without trying it. Okay. Is it compulsory to do just only one thing? Okay, my answer here is no. Because right now I'm into job and also I'm running my businesses. So it's not compulsory. Okay, but there are some negative side, also some positive side. So let's see some of the negatives when you try both at once. Okay, what are those? First things, time management is so hard. If you do both at once, time management is so hard. And number 2 is stress. It will be very much stressful. You will burn out most of the time. Okay, and number 3 is you will lose all your energy. There's no exception for that. You will lose all your energy. And number 4 is your job performance may affect if you don't manage these things properly. Okay, so these are the cons, and these are the negative points when you do both at once. Okay, but let's see how to manage those, and I'm going to share what I do also. Okay, first thing, in the business, I try to automate most of the tasks which can be automated. First thing. And number 2, time management. I have a personal calendar and also a separate calendar for my jobs. So it's like this. I stick to the calendar and I plan everything which can be only done. Okay, I don't have big goals. I don't have a very much big goals. I don't have a trust on that, because I value the simple steps. So I always plan maximum 1 or 2, 3 days forward. Other days I don't plan it. Okay, so I block the time on the calendars. I stick to that. That's the thing. So when you be very strict on that, you never get burnout or get stressed and lose your job works and here. So that won't happen. You have to stick to the time. Number 3 is very most important thing. I be consistent and I trust on the slow progress. Yes. So let's take my YouTube channel as an example. When I started, I could have started with very big podcast setups, very big very much a grand setups, and I've had so many ideas to do as well, but I didn't do it because I know the reality that can't be done consistently. For example, I'm doing a good quality content this week, a very good quality, dramatic, funny video this week. I'm putting all the time to that, and the next week it's zero. there's like no content, or there's a very poor content, then there's no point of doing that, right? So I always try to be consistent on the quality. If I'm doing 0.5% quality work, I try to give the same on the next week. If I give more than that, that's good, but again, I need to stick to that 0.5 forever. So likewise in the business, you have to like be consistent. If you're starting a service on your business, you have to be consistent. That's all. You don't need to keep introducing new services every single week. No need. You have to be consistent first on the one thing. So if you stick to these three main things, you can also manage your job and the business. Okay, cool. So I think this video I've shared all the real points, all the real thing I've experienced, and I think this is all just real experience talk. If you get anything useful from this video, just put a comment, and what's the next video you want, you can recommend that also in the comments. So see you next Monday. Yours Thasanthan.